All right, Aries, welcome to your weekly forecast for April 22nd through the 28th. As I sat to do your reading, connecting with your energy, I got a very interesting visual. I don't know if any of you have seen the movie The Wedding Singer, but there's this part when John Lovitz is singing the Ladies' Night song, and it's really over the top, and he's like trying hard to be sexy. So I feel like some of you and I again it's like watching this happen. So I feel like some of you are laughing at certain people or certain situations in your life because you're seeing the ridiculousness of it. Maybe it's something you really cared about before, or it's something that you've been stuck on for a while, and now you're like, why in the heck has this been taking up my mental space? Like, why has this been taking up my time? And you're finding the humor in it. Now, this could maybe be for some of you, maybe not for all of you, but we're gonna see what's going on. We're going to see what's coming up for the week ahead. So here's your Monday, Tuesday, Aries. Here's your Wednesday, Thursday. And here's your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, so sure enough, here's your Monday, Tuesday, Ace of Swords. I'm going to pull a lamp closer so we got some better lighting. So Ace of Swords is very much about new beginnings, or not just new beginnings, but a new way of seeing things, cutting through the mental clutter, cutting through the confusion, cutting through the illusion, and being able to be focused and very clear on where things are headed or where you want to go and how to get there. So you're seeing past the illusions, you're seeing past the distractions as we're coming into the early part of the week. For some of you, my dears, what's happening is you're kind of still riding that wave from the full moon we had over the weekend. Okay, that was a full moon in Libra, all about opposites, all about polarities. So you just had this epiphany. You've seen the truth and you're ready to move forward. You're ready to move past it. You're not seeing the truth as Three of Swords where you're heartbroken or disappointed. You're not seeing the truth as Nine of Swords where you have anxiety and you're losing sleep over it. You're seeing it as Ace of Swords where you have this clarity, this confidence. You're ready to go. You're ready to move forward. So it's a very good place to be energetically. I feel for a lot of you, something is going to be happening with communication. Okay, I just heard swan song. I just heard mic drop. So some of you Aries are about to confront a situation or a person or put an end to a negative cycle, and you've had this epiphany on how to do it in a way where you're not going to come across as, oh, there's crazy Aries losing Aries' temper again. There's crazy Aries getting all emotional, exaggerating things. You're not going to do it in that way where it's this scorched earth raining down fire kind of way where you lose your cool and then later you go, oh man, I really wish I hadn't lost my cool. You're doing it in a way where you're in control of your emotions. You're in control of what you're wanting to say, how you're wanting to say it, and you're just putting an end to something where it can't even be disputed. You're walking away like that mic drop feeling, like this is it. I'm leaving. I'm walking out in my strength, in my confidence, with my self-respect, with clarity. So maybe you're not doing this Monday or Tuesday, but it's beginning to take form Monday or Tuesday, or it suddenly occurs to you how to do it. You suddenly figure out how to do it. But a lot of you are really preparing to really, 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 really come into living your life in a way that's going to be better for you instead of trying to live up to the expectations or the hopes or the dreams of others. Your Wednesday, Thursday is the Lover's card, okay? So this is definitely a card that has romantic connotations, romantic ideology behind it. And again, I'm not focusing too much on love in the weekly readings. I do have a link in the description of this video that will take you to the love and romance readings. I'll also be going live later this evening and doing cross-watching videos. But right now in this moment, we've got the Lover's card, and so this is saying that there could be something happening midweek that brings your romantic life into question, that brings your romantic life to the surface. I feel like some of you are having to make a really big decision, because the Lover's card is actually not just about romance, but it's a card about choices. It's a card about decisions. It's a card about, picking one over the other. Okay, so some of you, I think, and this is what I just heard. I heard, "Who are you gonna believe?" Whoa, that's like, wow. That's okay, Aries. Some of you have a situation. I just heard, "Who are you gonna believe?" Okay, so some of you are having to decide or pick a side. Okay, maybe some of you feel like your relationship is taking you away from family, or maybe some of you feel like family is taking you away from your relationship, or some of you are feeling like work or just something in some way is an obstacle here in your love life. And so maybe you're having to weigh these two things out and figure out which one is really giving you what you need in this moment, truly giving you what you need in this moment, or what should be your priority. Some of you are having to decide, is it worth me sacrificing A for B, or should I pick B and sacrifice A? So a lot of you have a very heavy decision to make in this way. I do feel some of you are coming into a position where you're in a make it or break it situation in a love relationship. And you may have, people kind of giving you information or telling you things, and then you may have your partner or love interest saying something else. And again, who are you going to believe kind of energy? Sit with both in the quiet. Sit with both, I mean, in terms of stories, both sides of the story, one at a time. And just sit and just think about what you've been told. Just kind of replay it in your mind when nobody's going to be disturbing you, and see how you feel in your gut. What doesn't feel right to you? What feels fishy? For some of you, they both feel fishy. Some of you are like, you know what? I'm just done with this den of vipers. I'm not even going to deal with it. I don't like this energy. It's toxic all around. And you're making a choice to focus on some other aspect of your life. But there's a big decision coming in midweek where you're really having to get not just your priorities in order, but figuring out what your best future looks like for you, and what your best relationship looks like for you. So there's decisions happening in the process midweek. Coming into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, my darlings, you have the Tower. So if you don't make the decision, if you don't take action, the universe is going to decide on your behalf. The Tower is not a bad or negative thing. The Tower happens with our best interest and highest good in mind. Okay, it's not being done because the universe wants to punish you. It's not being done because you're a bad person. It's not being done because you're unlucky. It just means that maybe you've been holding on to something for a really long time, and it's been holding you back for a really long time, and your angels are finally like, look, we want you to be happy. We want you to be in your full abundance. We want you to be in your highest joy. We want you to be in the best possible relationship for you. But as long as you're holding on to this one specific thing, tooth and nail, it's not going to happen. So something is coming in to clear that path for you. Okay, to clear that path for you. Maybe some of you have already had a Tower moment, okay, and so this is maybe something is coming full circle back to a Tower moment where something is being addressed or cleared up or cleansed, okay. Again, keep in mind this is happening to guide you or take you to a better place. What's jumping out at me is this little tornado, just bzz, like this, just buzzing in, right? Which typically, I don't know, I guess some tarot cards have tornadoes, but maybe not all of them. But I feel like there's this funnel cloud that's just piercing inside this building, and it's gonna like grab the person or people inside and lift them up and carry them off somewhere else and like plant them somewhere else. So some of you may be having some really big thing happening with a sudden move, or a sudden desire to move, or a sudden need to relocate. Okay, understand that Spirit is guiding you to a better place for you. Understand that Spirit is guiding you to a better situation for you. Again, it's not being done because you're being abandoned. It's being done because you're being helped, right? Like Spirit waited a long time for certain decisions to be made, and maybe they weren't being made, and so now it's happening in this way. Okay, so I don't want to end on the Tower because I can feel already in the energy some people are going to be freaking out. So let's pull one more card for Aries. And again, guys, watch your moon sign and rising sign videos as well. Because some weeks those will resonate more. In fact, I feel like I'm going to pull 3 cards for clarification around the tower. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Don't tell the other signs that you're getting all these bonus cards, Aries. Alright, so, we've got Page of Swords. So some of you are having to stand up for yourself and maybe defend yourself in a situation or speak your truth. Maybe some of you were lied on. Maybe some of you there was some kind of sabotage. Maybe some of you people are saying things that weren't true or something was misunderstood and you're having to communicate your truth. You're having to step up and communicate something. Some of you may feel like there's been an unfair gathering of information about you. Someone has tried to make a case about you and you're having to speak up and say this is not the truth. The information that you received is incorrect. So some of you, it's like you're being placed in a situation where you're having to speak up for yourself, okay? But this is happening to help you shift your energy and to help you come into a higher vibration. It's not a punishment by any means. You have 2 of Swords. You're being pushed out of your comfort zone to come out of your fear and embrace what? The High Priestess, your full power. Okay, some of you are reestablishing yourself in a position or situation. Maybe some of you were unrightfully let go, or maybe some of you like from a job or something. Maybe some of you were accused of something you didn't do. Maybe some of you have had friends or family being very negative of you or like saying very bad things about you, and so you're stepping into your seat of power. And I do feel that for some of you there's something happening where either you're claiming your name back, like you're claiming yourself back, or you're just letting go completely and totally of anybody else's expectation of you, and you are living your fullest truth. You're connecting with your higher self. You're connecting with your intention. I have a warning though for those of you Aries who have not been authentic to the point of being toxic. This is not for all Aries, okay? Because some of you Aries obviously are very good, kind-hearted people. You do a lot for others and you just expect the same in return. A lot of you are constantly trying to be better people. So this is not for every single Aries. But I have a warning for those Aries who have been Aries who've been telling lies. And you know if you've been telling lies, Aries. If you've been telling lies or misrepresenting something to somebody, this is the time to come out into the open and clear it. Otherwise it will be brought to the light, out of your control. You may be uncovered, you may be revealed, you may be exposed in some way. So if you don't want that to happen, this is the time to kind of come clean and come clear on your own accord, to where you can maybe salvage certain relationships or possibilities. But if you have been deceiving someone, or if you have had some not so fair motives, then this might be the time that the jig is up. It's going to be revealed, and then after that there is no going back. There is no reconciling. There is no fixing something. Okay, so maybe for some of you, you just need to leave somebody alone. As I said this, the neighbor downstairs slammed the door real hard and it kind of like shook. Some of you, it like you're coming into really, really, really a big ending. Okay, so you can have a choice to do this in a peaceful way, or you can have a choice to do it in a way where things just kind of get dragged out into the light unexpectedly, and it could be more dramatic. It doesn't have to be dramatic. Okay, that's just for some of you, those who have not been honest, or those of you who've maybe been using somebody or trying to sabotage someone. Again, I know not all Aries are that way, so it may not apply to you in that way or in that energy. For other ones of you, you've been suffering way too long. You've been giving too much of yourself to a person or a situation that is just simply not right for you. And your angels and guides are wanting to help you and rescue you from that, okay? But there's some rescuing happening. So if you've been, I don't like to use the word victim, but if you've been the one who's been, being taken advantage of, then there's some rescue coming your way. If you've been the one who's doing the taking the advantage, then you better figure that out, okay? Because you're not going to be able to do it for much longer. All right, you need to figure out how you're going to exit out of that. It can be peaceful, or it can be, just kind of dragged out into the light. All right, my darlings. So that's what's going on with the tower, and that's what's going on for your week ahead. Check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. They will add a little extra information. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do. The wait times are going to be getting longer because I am going to be working less days doing readings, so I can focus more on more content, as well as making my Patreon readings more of a priority. My Patreon patrons get discount readings every month, and I really want to be making sure that I have time to give them more content as well. So the wait times for readings may get a little bit longer, not as long as they've been in the past, because before I was booked like 3 months out. I still have availabilities for May, and then I'm taking 2 weeks off in May where I won't be doing any readings at all. And then when I come back, I'm going to be having less days a week available for readings. I'm still going to do private readings, but not every single day like before. So I can focus on more content for people who can't afford readings, more spiritual content. And also to make sure that I'm getting my Patreon patrons in faster for their monthly readings as well. So again, guys, I thank you so much for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being a part of the social media as well. I'm sending you all the best.